The F-35 was once the ultimate pride of U.S. defense. It stood as a symbol of cutting-edge technology and total air superiority. But that image shattered when one of them was shot down. It didn't happen in the Pacific. It wasn't during a major clash with Russia or China. Instead, it happened in Iran on a quiet night near Thrawn, where no one expected trouble. A flash lit up the sky. Then disappeared moments later. The jet's engine fell silent in midair. Then came the shock. Iran announced that it had shot down an F-35, the U.S.'s top stealth fighter operated by Israel, just outside Tehran. The internet exploded. Experts were divided. Some were skeptical, others were cautious. But everything changed when a blurry video clip surfaced, shaking global confidence in ways no one had predicted. The danger wasn't just the down, it was the questions that followed. How did a stealth fighter supposedly invisible to radar get shot down so quickly by Iran? And if this is true, does it mean the strategic advantage the US has built over the last 20 years is starting to crack? Let's find out with Navy secrets. Just past midnight, over Tan, a sudden flash lit up the sky. It wasn't thunder. It wasn't fireworks. It was something massive falling. Fast, fiery, and silent. Then came the thud in the distance. Hours later, Iran made a cold calm announcement: we shot down an F-35. At first, few believed it. The F-35 is America's top stealth jet. Designed tobe, invisible, and untouchable. Iran, under sanctions and outdated tech, shouldn't even see it, let alone shoot it down. But then a video surfaced. It was grainy and shaky, likely filmed on a phone. It showed wreckage, blackened, twisted metal in the sand. The shape looked familiar. The vertical stabilizer, the wing profile, it resembled the F-35 EID, Israel's version of the jet. That changed everything. What was brushed off as propaganda started to feel real. And the mostling sign, silence. Israel said nothing. Washington had no comment, no denials, no press briefings, just nothing. And sometimes silence says more than words. Iran moved quickly. The wreckage wasn't just debris. It became a message. The video was shown on loop across Iran, Arabic networks, and even Russian and Chinese channels. The world was watching. But America isn't talking. Under President Trump, this kind of silence has become routine. No firm response from the Pentagon. No strategic messing from the White House. While Iran filled the airwaves, Washington left a vacuum. If the F-35 can be tracked and hit evidence, the illusion of invincibility, that doubt spreads. It shakes. In S-Tech, it fills propaganda. It gives adversaries room to test boundaries. This incident wasn't just about one aircraft, it was about perception. And perception drives power. Iran didn't win a war, but it scored a psychological victory. And while markets dipped and allies whispered, the White House stood still. Yet, what truly captured global attention wasn't the words. It was the video. Seconds of shaky footage lit up every screen and every headline. A video showing the wreckage of what looks like an Israeli F-35 IAD near Thrawn has gone viral and sent shockwaves across the defense world. Though grainy, the footage clearly shows a jet with markings similar to those of the Israeli Air Force. It appears half buried in dirt with parts of the fuselage burned, but still recognizable. Military analysts believe this was a tactical strike aircraft, possibly involved in a covert operation over Iranian airspace. What's more shocking than the wreckage itself is the reaction or lack of one. Israel has made no official comment, no denial, no press statement. That silence is deeply unusual and has only increased the credibility of Iran's CLAIM. In previous incidents, Israel always responded fast, denying, clarifying, or shifting the narrative. This time, it's different. The silence speaks volumes. And that silence may confirm what the world fears, that an American-made stealth fighter worth over $100 million was destroyed over hostile territory. For the U.S. isn't just Israel. The F-35 is a flagship product of American defense technology. It wassailed as the future of air combat. If it can be shot down and filmed by Iran, it sends a dangerous message. US tech is no longer untouchable. That could change how allies plan their defenses and how enemies plan their attacks. The damage didn't stop at the battlefield. Wall Street felt it. After the video gained traction, key US defense contractors saw stock price tumble. Lockheed Martin, the maker of the F-35, dropped 3.99%. Northrop Grumman fell 3.72%. The UK's BAE Systems, a key supplier, slid 2.88%. These are not just numbers. They reflect real concerns from investors about the future of U.S. defense exports. If countries stop trusting the F-35 stealth capabilities, they might look elsewhere, possibly to China or Russia. That would shake up the global arms market and weaken America's influence. This may be more than just one jet down. It could be a turning point in the perception of U.S. air dominance. The F-35 was supposed to be invisible, unstoppable. Now it's lying in pieces, and the world is watching. If America's most advanced fighter can be tracked and taken out, How secure are the rest of its military promises? Countries that once saw the U.S. as stellar in stealth may now start asking difficult questions. These numbers force us to ask the big EA question: just how stealthy is the F-35 really? The F-35 has been advertised as the most advanced stealth fighter ever built. That it's designed not just to fly fast or shoot far, but to avoid being seen at all. Lockheed Martin promoted it as a next-generation aircraft that could enter enemy airspace undetected, strike targets, and leave before anyone knew it was there. For the U.S. and its allies, the F-35 became a symbol of high-tech air dominance. Key to that image is its stealth. This jet was meant to be invisible to radar. Nations like Israel, Japan, and the U.S. spent billions on fleets of F-35s, trusting in its ability to survive modern air defense systems. But after Ryan may have shot one down, people are now questioning just how invisible the jet really is. Stealth technology on the F-35 isn't about a single trick. It's a combination of design, coding, and heat control. The jet's surfaces are flat and sharply angled, so radar waves bounce away instead of reflecting directly back. Its body is coated in radar-absorbent material RAM, which helps reduce its visibility even more. All weapons are hidden inside, and the engine is carefully shielded to release less heat, making it harder for enemy sensors. Lockheed Martin once said, the jet has a radar cross-section smaller than a golf ball. That would make it nearly impossible to detect, especially at long range, and in practice, the F-35 has proven hard to target in combat zones like Syria and Iraq until now. If the F-35 is that stealthy, how did Iran manage to see it and hit it? One possible reason is angle and distance. Stealth is most effective when the aircraft flies in certain positions. If it turns sharply, flies too high, or carries extra equipment outside the its radar profile grows. That gives enemy systems more to work with. Another theory is that Iran uses layered radar systems, old wideband radars combined with modern target equipment to detect the aircraft. Stealth jets are harder to see. And if an enemy sets traps using different radar frequencies, even the best stealth planes can be exposed. Some experts believe the bigger issue is strategy, not just technology. Commanders often trust stealth too much. That leads to risky missions, deep strikes, solo flights, and reduced. When that happens, even the best designed jet can fall victim to smart enemy defenses. This incident has triggered debates about the limits of stealth warfare. Is it enough to survive tomorrow's battles? Or has the time come to rethink how air works in a world where every enemy is getting smarter? But if this technology is so advanced, why was an F-35 still spotted and shot down by Iran? One major theory suggests the Israeli pilot may have made a flight maneuver thought exposed the aircraft to radar. The F-35's stealth depends on a specific light profile, stable angles, low radar exposure, and minimal sharp turns. In actual combat, however, pilots often have to react quickly, even if it means breaking the ideal profile. If the aircraft banked too hard or climbed sharply, it could have revealed more of its surface to enemy sensors. Experts believe that a single moment of poor flight posture may have made the jet briefly visible to Iranian radar. This would explain how the aircraft, designed to be nearly invisible, was spotted in one of the most hostile spaces in the region. Another theory blames the stealth coating itself, known as RAM, or radar-absorbent material. This layer is designed to absorb radar waves and reduce the aircraft's visibility. But it's not indestructible. RAM tends to degrade over time, especially in high-speed and humid environments. Sources say that RAM coating can wear down more quickly near coastal areas like the Mediterranean or Red Sea. Moisture, salt, and temperature changes can all affect its performance. If the Israeli F-35 had already been deployed in such conditions, its stealth layer may have been compromised before the mission even began. What makes RAM even more challenging is that it requires constant maintenance. It's expensive, fragile, anti-mechanisming to replace. Military reports from both the U.S. and show that RAM often performs worse during long deployments or intense use. If the Israeli jet was operating with partially degraded RAM, it might have looked like a regular aircraft to Iranian radar. And unlike early-generation fighters, the F-35 wasn't built to rely on speed or agility. It was built to avoid detection in the first place. Together, these theories reveal one clear problem. Stealth technology is on perfect conditions. Once that breaks, whether from flight, error, coding failure, the aircraft has very few options left.